Hello, I'm Bobinator. Welcome to another GC9x Plays. With us tonight, we've got...
I'm KaLY.
I'm MrArgent.
I'm the Gunheart.
And today, we've got Gon E-Choo, is how I think it's pronounced. And this is a game currently in early access on Steam, which for the most part, involves this arcade machine right here. As you can see, this is like an actual 80s arcade game, which I think kind of neat, not something done very often on Steam.
Yeah, in terms of overall graphical quality, this looks a lot like something, say, Williams would have released in the earlier mid-80s.
If there's anything it reminds me of, it's the somewhat obscure Atari arcade game Peter Packrat. Maybe not as well animated, though.
Oh, yeah. That's a really good one.
Now, this is actually based off a webcomic, which is on its own Tumblr. We will probably provide a link to that in the description later on, so... I have not read much of the comic, I just know it exists, so... I cannot say much of the plot. Yeah, it has a lot of detail on the feet. We don't get into that. Anyway, let's get started. So we are this otter. We have to pick up these paper airplanes that keep going down the screen. And we have this gator. He will murder us.
You're not allowed
Like
to
so.
have it, it's not good for your health.
Yeah, don't forget, you might want to avoid the treehouse on the first level.
Potentially, yeah. The gator is actually a lot smarter than you think for this kind of game. He's also not quite as fast as you, but pretty close, so that can be an issue.
Yeah, it seems like a split-second error here can result in some inconvenience.
But we can pick up this book, which is apparently the junior guide to petty zoological facts, and that makes us giant so we can eat the gator. And, we could make some comments on that, but we will not.
One thing though to note is that the gator can't actually go to the side of the screen and come out the other like you can.
It's Pac-Man, essentially, in that regard.
Was he being impacted by the bees for a minute there? That seems like something that...
I think he releases bees, actually. Like, bees come out of him, from what it looks like.
Oh. So, clearly he's been...
No, wait, there's a swarm of bees shows up on the right side of the screen.
Yeah.
The bees will stun you, and generally he will always kill you right after they stun you. I don't know if you can escape from the bees once you get stunned. I've never seen it happen.
So, does anyone know what the actual plot is here?
From the comic, it's like the... Oh, go ahead.
To be honest, from what I see in the comic, the game seems kind of related to it. Like, these two are actually friends in the comic.
So, they're unlikely to devour each other.
Yeah, that seems the case.
Do you think that is a deliberate takeoff of this sort of licensed arcade game that you got, which had almost no real relation to the product?
And that's what happens to get hit with a bee.
Given the comic's apparent cartoon inspiration, it's also entirely possible it could be from the whole cliche episode where there's like some treasure and like a letter leading to it or something, and it leads the two main characters to actually try to sabotage each other in order to get the clues or whatever.
I do think murdering someone is a little bit beyond sabotage.
Yeah, in terms of things you can do to minorly inconvenience others, that's pretty high up on the list.
Whoa,
Dang.
what?
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's from the death animations. It's kind of brutal.
Wait, he can just snap you up from the roof?
He can grab you from below or above.
Apparently
pretty harsh.
alligators are evidently not subject to the laws of physics and cannot be stopped by solid matter.
Well, that's rough. I guess I can say that I like the 3D fake arcade interface. That's kind of fun.
I think they said that part of the early access thing is going to be expanding on that back room. I don't know if there's anything else in there worth looking at.
Is this based on one of those, like, open source, arcade machine engine game room sort of deals? Because I have seen those before.
I'm not sure. This might be Unity.
Is this running in Unity and then you've got a game within a game?
I believe so. So, a nice touch on the animation that I don't know if anyone's pointed out yet. I'm noticing that the alligator actually responds differently to being in different portions of the map. Like, you'll get different snatching animations, different idle animations, all that.
The
I think that's a
animation
really
itself
good touch.
seems like it's reminiscent of LCD games. Like the whole, well, you jumped right into that.
Yeah, he follows you if you jump off. The treehouse is pretty much a death trap. And you start learning that.
Actually, there's a way off. You go to the white instead.
You know, come to think of it, that actually might just throw it for a loop long enough for you to get out of there.
There are 3 levels and then it loops.
Which is about right for an arcade game.
But apparently there's 255 total levels and then you get a kill screen. A cryptic kill screen according to the description of the game. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if anyone's gotten that far in this to make a video of it. Supposedly this game has some kind of deep, dark meta secret that no one's seen yet, so I'd like to see what that looks like.
The meta secret is the characters are not eating each other.
The secret is that the treasure wasn't the treasure wasn't. I was going to go somewhere about that for that.
Ah, crap, I hit the trampoline, he got me that way.
The treasure was inside you all along.
Well, it's inside the gator now.
That was what I was trying to say. The real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
There's definitely that slightly uncomfortable fetish vibe with the death of the...
I didn't want to say that, but that is kind of there.
It is an elephant in the room in terms of the game's presentation.
Like, on one hand, that does seem like something an old 40s or 50s cartoon would do animation-wise, since you kind of have that exaggerated bit in those, but...
It's
On the
in a
other
way
hand-
that's kind of awkward.
We do come back to games like Heart of Darkness, where it has that sort of characters die pretty brutally.
Well, yeah, but then you have the,
It seems to... Yeah.
you have the anthropomorphic
Also-
animals, and people interpret that in an entirely different way, as people do.
Well, it's more the, I think it's just a presentation. It feels slightly more off-putting.
Also, in terms of eating animations that are terrifying, I think Food Fight did it better.
We watched Food Fight. I don't even know if the video of us watching Food Fight is up anywhere, but we watched the whole thing.
I don't think we'd be allowed to upload it because copyright, sadly.
Yeah, sadly I was referring to the arcade game and the ice cream animation, but...
Yeah, so we don't have a video of Food Fight, the arcade game.
It's an interesting experience with some interesting history to it.
Are you sure someone's gonna enforce the copyright of Food Fight? I mean, really? Really?
That was a 24/7 stream.
And this is what you get every 3rd level. Every 3 levels you get, like, 1 line of this letter.
Yeah, and then they
I'm
got
just
married.
gonna assume that the kill screen has something to do with that sort of screen there. Be like,
Are the Otter and Gator dead? Is that the secret?
They got
I don't know, man.
You know, come to think of it, this also reminds me of the early Konami game Mikey a bit, in that you're running around places doing things that make no sense to the pieces of a letter. Except
I
there's
do
less
like the
punching
Gator's
features involved
runaway
here.
animation.
Yeah,
I
the
do
weird
quite
little
enjoy Flailing arm limbs.
Ah!
So, when you are in chasing the gator mode, you don't get any extra things, do you? You just run.
Yeah. You do have a yo-yo you can use with one of the buttons when you're the otter, but it doesn't hurt the gator. It just kills the bees.
fun. It seems like it would be fun, but get pretty tedious.
I guess it would in the way a lot of the older arcade games like this do. Like, the challenge is going to be beating your high score, like a lot of games of that time.
Hmm.
And learning how to...
Also, can you get extra lives? Because I do see that there is a 1-up.
Yeah, I think you get
there.
1 for 3,000 points. I don't need to get any beyond that. I'm gonna give this...
I hope so if you're supposed to do like 200 levels or whatever. I really hope that you could get extra lives along the way.
Supposedly there is a cheat code, and it has something to do with something in the game, but I have no clue what it is, or how you would go about finding it.
Well, I'm sure they would. Someone will post it on Steam. That's usually what happens.
I'd say it helps that this game is about... I think it's about $2 right now, and it was less than that when it was on sale. So, you know, for $2 you really can't do that badly.
$2, it puts it alongside one of my favorites, Whoa Dave.
Would you say that these games are similar?
Yeah, like, well, Whoa Dave is obviously a lot more innocent in its presentation. It's aligning more with a vaguely Atari aesthetic. But yeah, like it has that retro arcade feel rather than retro console feel, which is fun.
I imagine a big part of this game be learning just how to use the Gator's AI so he stays away from you. It seems like he does kind of follow a pattern on how you move.
Yeah, it's very much like a Pac-Man's AI in many regards, except that one is intentionally there some things a bit simpler for the player. This one seems almost a little too smart for it.
It seems like there's no real randomness to him. He just seems to chase you perfectly. Which does make me wonder if the game would become pretty rote.
I imagine he'd probably get faster as the game goes on.
Because I guess are there more obstacles later on? I wonder. Because is this it for in terms of obstacles? Well, that was hardly fair.
I'll do one more run.
You know, I think on the oh, sorry.
One thing I really noticed though is that there seems to be a really large hitbox for when he can actually grab you.
I'm just letting a track mode play out right now.
You think in terms of varying things up, they could theoretically do something very the Outfox's action, just like scatter random objects that can manipulate the Gator's AI in various ways around the stages. That might allow
With
for a bit more
the
variety in
hitboxes.
terms of
That seems pretty close to the way hitboxes would have actually functioned in this sort of arcade game. So I'm not sure if that would be a deliberate choice that they made, or if it's just they were kind of lazy.
could go either way, because square hitboxes in those days were very common to save CPU time.
Yeah, whatever the sprite size was in terms of boxes was the box.
So yeah, I'm not sure the entire letter you get is. You get it one line at a time for every 3 stages to clear.
Well, you're getting the letters of the line with each one of these things that you pick up.
Yeah, it does say what letter you get next is, so that might help piecing it out.
Oh man, I just noticed that my... Sorry, it seems really helpful. Try to get Lorm and another walk on the left side.
This seems like the best way to get him moving on this level is just going back and forth on that ledge.
It's noticing that would probably have us done for the longest.
The problem is you only get 1 book per life, it looks like.
Yeah, so you should save it probably until the
Yeah.
full screen.
I was just going for the points that time, mostly.
Don't do it for the points.
extra lives, apparently.
I wonder if there is any sort of a multiplier hiding in the back here, or if it's just all flat numbers.
Although I do have to wonder, of all the webcomics to make an arcade game based on, why this one?
Well,
That's
I
something that yeah.
know the guy who did the comic did not do the game. That was somebody else.
The actual
That just makes it
webcomic
weird.
just seems fairly niche and doesn't so far I can build have.
I guess if it's like a fan game, he might just ask the guy if he could do a game based on this, and he said yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, you can't really question, maybe someone was like the comic and just thought, I like these characters, I want to put them in the game.
Yeah.
I don't like him shooting bees out of his dick.
Well, now I'm not able to unsee it, so thank you.
Yeah, this lanky ass reptile is clearly invested far too much into high hand.
I really like this third area, which just looks like such a cheap, low quality, like, DOS level.
Like, you have some vaguely connected premise-wise things, like you have that treehouse, you have like a pretty 50s, 60s looking house, and all of a sudden you have like an 80s model.
Actually,
Yeah.
I can kind of explain this having looked through the comic. This is actually something that happened during it.
Yeah? How'd that work out?
Apparently, part of the premise is that the Otter is supposed to be like an 80s cartoon character, and the Gator is like an old-timey cartoon character or something. And there's a brief arc where the Otter takes the Gator to a mall, like this. Well, with minus the DOS graphics.
Also, is that supposed to say cascade of games or something?
Cask of games, it looks like.
Like a cask of wine?
That's not how you spell cask.
Or like the cask of Amontillado?
It seems like
Spell cask?
what they're trying to do with the comic is do something like a Sunday newspaper strip sort of thing. So I guess if that's your thing, that might be something you're into.
Kind of the same problem as the game, to be honest.
Too much more?
Junky gameplay?
Just that weird way it's drawn, where it's kind of hard to tell if
Well, it's a deliberate aesthetic in that regard.
Ooh, I know. The bees everywhere.
Oh, the paper airplane's free while you're in autoform. In transform form.
You can grab the planes while you're in a big form, but your hitbox is kind of weird, so...
Well, they stop moving, so...
Okay, that was a bad idea. At least got a high score this time.
Why do you always jump into his mouth? So, they get the arcade feel pretty close. The lack
Pretty close,
of
I'd say.
fluorescent- Yeah, like, the lack of the phosphor glow on the cabinet itself is probably the biggest letdown.
Well, I'd say it feels authentic, and that's what concerns me most with games like these.
This
Like-
definitely does look like it'd be running roughly in terms of... This does look roughly like a show for the time. Like, it seems like you're using a pretty typical resolution, like say 256 by 224. Seems like the sprites are about the right size.
Like,
and it's kind of to tell on the stream, but it actually has scan lines.
It'll be extremely hard to tell on YouTube.
like, a game like Shovel Knight is close enough I can't really complain, even if it's not perfect, is... There's a point where you're just being picky, I'd say, and this is good enough for what it's trying to do.
Definitely.
Dang. If you leave letters to him, they'll fall in the water and you'll die that way. So I had to hurry and try to grab it.
That's an interesting way of putting pressure on the player, and definitely something that came from the period this is trying to fake the look of would have done.
Anyway,
Although I think we can call out, I'm pretty sure the colors might be a little bit extreme, or whatever. depends on what year they were going for.
Yeah, it kind of reminds you of that weird sort of transitionary period between mid-80s and late-80s hardware, where you had like companies like Midway making stuff that ran in weird mixed resolution modes.
This is the back room, by the way, as much as you can see in the game, and something about it feels kind of disconcerting. Like, what happened in the outside world? Is there one?
Why are all these shelves just empty? Why is the door so big?
Yeah, this definitely has the appearance of a creepy poster sort of setting.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering.
Go into the back room in an old Chuck E. Cheese and you find a video game. You play it and then a gator eats you.
Also, what is that cabinet plugged into?
It's plugged into Satan.
My god.
But there is a neat thing where the stick will actually move.
Ooh, that's cool.
That's in the walk too.
Yeah, the button to press as you hit it.
Although that is an unrealistic stick movement.
I like that weird font they're using, like that handwritten font that's... I can't tell if it's a true type or not.
Anyway.
Here's a link to read the comic.
Ah.
Anyway, that
Honestly,
is...
there's something,
Go ahead.
something I feel that's kind of, and it's kind of missing given the logo on the cabinet itself. It feels like they should probably include, like, I don't know, maybe some faded comic panels in the background of the menu.
I mean,
See,
maybe
that's-
they'll do that when they, because it's still in early access. We should put that, again, emphasize that. It is in early access.
I
Yeah,
don't
this
know
is
if they're
really
gonna
creepy.
enhance the arcade game or any way, or it's just gonna be the back room that's gonna get any updates.
See, this does actually sort of make me feel, it would be so awesome if, like, indie sort of got together and made, like, a virtual arcade with a bunch of different indie games of this type.
Yeah, that'd be...
Anyway, that's about all there's...
Actually do
I'm sorry.
DLC, where you just actually physically buy different games or run a virtual currency or whatever you wanted. Be pretty cool.
Truthfully, I think it
Oh,
would
and
work
maybe,
better
you
than
know,
a...
you could- maybe to take it forward, or maybe you could even unlock things by owning tickets from the games that you could exchange for prizes to decorate the space.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. We should ship
Yeah.
it, pitch it to Konami. I hear Konami need money.
Nah, they got that... They're gonna live off pachinko forever.
That's
'Cause-
Sega.
Because everybody loves pachinko, right? Everybody.
Yeah, gotta play Gradius Pacha Slot 512.
So,
Play that.
anyway, that's about all there is to this game. It's pretty good, maybe kind of repetitive, but, you know, for $2, I mean, you really could do a lot worse.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's $2, whatever. You know,
Mhm.
what do you got to lose?
Yeah, that'd be a plays
Except
on the
$2.
cabinet.
And that is our shining endorsement.
The it's okay for $2 endorsement.
It's decent.
The most prestigious award we offer to indie games.